If you saw somebody walking down the street or at a national park and they were carrying an original Klettersack, you immediately knew that that person was a like-minded, probably climber, and the image and the feel was like, hey, this is a brother in arms, because people who really knew what they loved would wear that product, and it was a badge of honor to wear the pack.
There's not many deeper stories in the outdoors than the Wilderness Experience, one of the real original brands of the outdoor industry. This is a brand that comes from the original days of building products and designing for hardcore use.
Really, the 70s was where, when Wilderness Experience came into being and shot up the ladder, inventing all the new packs and tents and all the rest of it, basically went from us using old Army Navy stuff in the early 70s to, the late 70s, where things are not really that different than what they are today.
This is a piece of history that is pretty exciting when you look back at it. You could use the Klettersack today and it is absolutely as functional as any pack out there, and has this heritage of being the exact model that was used by historic great figures of the past.
I think in the early 70s and going into the early 80s, almost every serious rock climber was involved with us in some way. And certainly anybody who was going up into more extreme mountains, we had been involved with outfitting or working with. And the Klettersack was their absolute go-to piece, from Jim Danini to Jim Bridwell to John Long. Everybody that you can think of from the early days of Yosemite Valley had a Klettersack and used a Klettersack.
We got samples of early products that were made so that we could resource the foam. We got original patterns, the original metal buckles. I was able to get color swatches from old products and able to have die lots made of 1,000 denier Cordura and the exact colors that we used in 1974.
I could look at this pack right now and it's the exact same pack. Same details, same look, same everything. Even the leather patches and the leather bottom, which are different leathers, look exactly the same as what it was.
Greg was the designer. He was also sewing at the time, and he was the one using it. So it was very simple to make a prototype, take it out, go climb something, spend a night out, see if you load it with all your equipment and see if it worked.
We used products every day because we were also guides and pretty serious climbers. So we understood what worked and what didn't work.
The bottom of the pack was cut on an angle. Whatever you put in it would shift closer to your back. You want your weight close to your center of gravity if you're climbing. And also the bottom being slanted allows you to go down slopes and things with less of a problem of catching on the back. Had patches on the outside that you could put webbing through, so it was set so you could carry ice axe on it easily. You could tie ropes on it, and the weight still kept close enough to your back and didn't sway. So it was a simple bag, big enough to carry what you would need in case of a bivouac. Maybe a small sleeping bag, but a jacket, food, water. You could throw in a lot of climbing equipment in it, and it was really a good size for what people were doing when they were doing hard day climbs or overnight climbs. I'm super excited about making this work. I hope you are, and I hope between us we could actually make this happen. Thank you very much for your support.